Nation, I think our president deserves a better round of applause than that. Many of us here are youth. Because, depending on the round of applause he receives, that is how he's going to take care of us before he leaves here. So I think he deserves something bigger. We have just listened to the executive director tell us why we are here, and he has told us that construction, for decades, we have always heard that Nigeria is an oil-producing country. But the current leadership came in 2015 and told us that we need to change that mindset. We need to think differently. We need to think outside of the box and come up with newer strategies for development. And like
for peace, transparency, and accountability, a body renowned for good governance, a body renowned for doing well and drawing the attention of the public, headed by the executive director, our own, we call him Oga Patrick. We're happy to be here, Oga Patrick. The National President, National Youth Council of Nigeria, you are welcome. I saw when you came in, I saw the passion from people. Said the National President is here. They expected a lot from you. The management and entire staff of NIPRI, whom I'm always proud of when I'm here, because they've been supportive to me and they've been rendering their services very well. I want to commend you and thank you for coming. Gentlemen of the press, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I want to start by really expressing my happiness to be here. I want to thank the Center for Peace, Transparency and Accountability for giving me the opportunity to tell people about what NIPRI is and what we have been doing. The Center for Transparency and Accountability has been in the forefront of doing what is very meaningful to the people of Nigeria. So when the opportunity came for us to come and deliver a keynote address, I said this is an opportunity for us to come and tell people, especially Nigerians, what we've been doing. NIPRI means Nigerian Building and Road Research Institute. We've been in existence for the past 42 years. NIPRI was established precisely in the year 1978. And since then, we've been rendering services in line with our mandate. Our office, we started in Ikoyi, we moved to Ota, but the present headquarters is now in Abuja, very close to Jabi here. NIPRI has a mandate. Our mandate basically is to conduct research in area of building, in area of roads, and in area of construction material. So in view of that, this is what NIPRI has been doing for quite some time. NIPRI also has department that render services, and services is to ensure that the research is put in the right place. We have finance and account as a department. We have planning, information and technology. We have consultancy extension services, and we have planning and maintenance. Procurement and maintenance. And quite a lot on admin and personnel. These are services department which have been very, very supportive to areas that conduct research. As I said earlier, NIPRI is a research institute. And what is research? Research is all about identifying a problem and providing a solution, and the solution should be affordable, the solution should be durable, and the solution should be something that when you apply it, you can equally get a result. So with that, NIPRI has done quite a lot. I want to go through some of the few things NIPRI has done. First is in the area of intervention in areas of building collapse. Precisely, if we can look back as far as 2011, 2012, the prominence extent to which building collapse is very rampant. And it has been on the increase. Precisely in 2011, over 22 building collapses were recorded. In 2013, over 32 building collapses were recorded. So NIPRI became an issue that says this is an area of concern to us. Though we do not give the law, though we do not, we are not the people that can punish people when you are go wrong. Our mandate do not allow you to punish, but we can create awareness with respect to research finding. We decided to organize a conference, and out of this conference we came up with strong recommendations, and we distributed the recommendations to the relevant stakeholders. And that recommendation from NIBRI brought about a drastic reduction in building collapse. From 30-something, building collapse in some years became 0. Last year we recorded only about 4 building collapse. And basically it is not, they are not new buildings. They are old buildings that have been constructed for 10, 15 years. And the effect is happening now. So you can look at building collapse. Basically, it is based on our findings, it is man-made. It is a mistake from man that can be eradicated. If you ask yourself, building collapse most at times occur during the rainy season. Most at times, if it is not a building under construction, a building in existence, you discover that the collapse is prominent during the rainy season. During the dry season, the soil is a little bit strong. During the rainy season, the soil becomes saturated and it becomes weak. A structure that can stand a solid ground, during rainy season, it becomes weak. And you discover that the building is collapsing. But most buildings, as I said, it is a man-made error that can be eradicated. It can be minimized, it can be removed from the system. So NIBRI has been doing quite a lot in terms of building collapse. We create awareness, we distribute this recommendation to the relevant stakeholders. And that has been very, very helpful. NIBRI is known for compressed art blocks. Compressed art blocks is basically a technology that you produce blocks, 100% local content. Where you are expected to use cement to produce a big thing, what you use is purely laterite from local content. You add only 5% of cement to laterite, and you produce blocks. And the good thing about this block is that you don't use mortar to join them. You just lock them up. It has a groove that you can lock them. If you want to remove it, you can deconstruct them by removing them and utilizing them without spoiling or damaging the blocks. NIBRI is into that, and we've been carrying out research in that aspect of compressed art blocks. You see it looking fine in appearance, reddish in color, beautiful in appearance, and the compressive strength is encouraging. All those properties are aiding. As I'm talking to you today, NIBRI is working with that aspect. We want to improve the property of the thermal property. We want to improve the property of sound so that we can use it to construct theater where noise is a pollutant. And unofficially, we are trying to use it to construct so that it will be like a bulletproof building. What I mean bulletproof, when you construct it with double wall, a bullet cannot go in. These are areas NIBRI has been working, and we've been trying to see how we improve on that. In compliance to Presidential Order number 5, who says we should patronize Nigerian product. We should go along with the natural content, Nigerian content. And we've been trying to see that that area is achieved, and NIBRI is in the forefront of that. With that, NIBRI can create employment. Employment has been one area that has been a challenge to this country. Most of our youth are jobless. Most of our youth, not that they don't know what to do, not that they are not ready to do, but the opportunity for them to exhibit their strength and their talent is not there. I'm happy to inform all of us, just last 3 weeks, NIBRI organized a training in conjunction with Rotary in Jos. We trained people in IDP, and they were successful in the training. I'm happy to inform you that the training impacted by NIBRI, these IDP members are now trying to construct their own residence using NIBRI technology. Basically, it's a small input NIBRI has put in, and you can see they are trying to translate this into something you can see physically. So NIBRI has been in that area. NIBRI has come up with use of what we call RAM, R-A-M. The RAM is an acronym for rubberized asphalt mat. Rubberized asphalt mat. These are material in form of a mat produced from local content. Local content waste tire. These plastic containers, we cut them into shrubs. We cut this tire into shrubs, we compact them and heat them at a particular temperature. You bring out a mat that you can move it all around. And we use it in patching of our asphalt. Most of our roads these days, you discover that they are full of potholes. And it has been identified as one of the prominent factors of accident in our road is potholes. potholes has been identified as one of the strongest factors that causes accidents. So NIBRI has come up with a technology of coming up with what we call rubberized asphalt mat, and we can use it to patch our potholes. And as I'm talking to you, we have demonstrated this, and our test result is promising, and we took a particular road and patched it with this rubberized asphalt, and so far the result is promising and it is good. And if we can bring this thing in mass production, we can employ our youth. Direct labor, the technology is very simple, and you can give our youth jobs so that they can be using this rubberized asphalt to patch our potholes. Where government is supposed to spend big money in paying big construction industries, our youth can be employed to patch our roads, and our roads will be safe, and it will be like a win-win to all of us. This is one area NIBRI has been working hard towards that aspect. NIBRI has organized every year, we organize what we call annual conference. This is annual conference where professionals of same mind are gathered together. We discuss outcome of our research findings. We bring out the recommendations from our research. We don't want to make research and keep it on shelf. No, gone are the days of putting research on shelf. We want to bring down the shelf down. We want to bring out the outcome of our research and demonstrate it for people to use, for people to adopt, for technology to be useful. What is the essence of putting all your technology in the YDX and you put them on shelf, where you cannot even use it? Equations that is not functional. But what we are trying to do is to break down the technology to a level that can be assembled, can be used, and especially our youth can key in so that it creates employment. So NIBRI, in that aspect, we encourage all professionals to come together during our annual conference. I want to use this medium to give a marching order. Where is my director of planning? Is Kende around? Yes. Kende? Accountability Center for Peace, Transparency and Accountability. They should be an automatic member of the annual conference every year. I want to invite you every year to be a member so that you'll be carried along to see what we are doing. That will continue to extend our invitation to you. No problem. There is one area that NIBRI has done a lot, especially in the area of tar sand. Tar sand are natural existing material, existing naturally. The tar sand is deposited mostly in Ondo State. They are normal sand, but it has some content of bitumen attached to it. Nigeria imports millions, billions of naira worth of bitumen outside our country. Why? Because our refineries are not working. Had it been our refineries are working here, bitumen could have been part of what we extract from our crude oil. We could have been using our bitumen in construction of our roads. Since our refineries are not working, what we do basically is to import the bitumen from outside the country. And we spend quite a lot of money. So the idea here is that we want to see where we replace this huge money spent on bitumen with bitumen that is extracted naturally from the soil. We have set up a team. The team have gone to Ondo State. We collected the tar sand. We have extracted it. We even take a bold step and went on to patch our road using this tar sand. I want to inform us that this study NIBRI is doing has attracted international countries. A lot of international researchers have shown interest, and last week we made a presentation, an International Researchers Council, and they have expressed interest on that. You can imagine natural material that has content of bitumen used to patch our roads. So we can say bye-bye with time with respect to importation of high cost of bitumen because of what NIBRI has been doing. And if this is successful, our youth will be employed, huge money spent on bitumen will be the thing of the past, and our roads will be safe, and we'll continue to use it in that regard. NIBRI is in the forefront of ensuring that our tar sand is put into use. NIBRI has collaboration with various agencies based on our mandate. A lot of agencies have come to NIBRI. You have been doing well. You've been conducting a lot of research. You have a lot of equipment. You have a lot of machines that can test quality of materials. We're into collaboration with Standard Organization of Nigeria. Anytime they want to test quality of construction materials, they call on to NIBRI, and we are always there to render services to them in line with what we are doing. NIBRI has gone into collaboration with Cobon and Power. We hosted Empower to train most of our staffs were involved. We trained some of the artisans in this country. One area is the issue of this training as I'm talking to you. When you have a Nigerian who is an artisan and maybe someone from Cotonou or Togo, like a tiler who is good in laying tiles, you discover that the person in Togo is more conscious. Somebody in Benin does a good job, and they are here taking away the jobs meant for our artisans. We felt, what is the problem with our artisans? We discovered that some things are carefulness. They know how to do it, but they are not careful. They are in a hurry to leave and go and get another job. Or at times they take the job so much, they cannot be conscious in laying the tiles. So NIBRI identifying that, we came up with all the artisans to train them. We gave them the basics of training. In addition to the training, NIBRI came up with how they call artisan guideline, like a textbook, which will be assimilated by even someone that has not gone to school. We give some pictorial view on the guide on how to do it. Mix ratio on how to mix your mix, how to lay your tiles, and it goes across almost 10 different trades. Electricians are there, masons are there, plumbers are there, tilers are there, iron benders are there. We gather them, we train them. We brought out textbooks so that we give it to them to guide them to bring out the professionalism in them. This has been what NIBRI has been doing. We have been training artisans, not training alone. We have collaboration with people that are into training the artisans. So NIBRI has been in the forefront of ensuring that our artisans are trained properly in area of collaboration. We come up with something that has been touching the life of Nigerians. We came up with an alternative to cement. Cement has been one of the prominent factors that is leading to cost of building. When you see someone not able to build, they will tell you that the cost of cement is what? High. Why the cost of cement? Because it has no alternative. Maggi can be expensive if you go to Knorr. Knorr can be expensive if you go to Royco, isn't it? But cement, there is no alternative to what? To cement. That is why cost of cement has always been on the increase. Even when it increases, you don't have an alternative. NIBRI look at that as a problem, and NIBRI has come up with an alternative called Pozzolana. Pozzolana are produced from waste material. It can be agricultural waste, it can be industrial waste, it can be natural waste. What NIBRI does is to create a plant that uses different raw materials to produce this Pozzolana. We are taking the giant step of going to China to import some plants. And the plant is there, as I'm happy to inform you that we have gradually replaced this imported part of China with Nigerian parts. And this is what we are doing. Our plant in Ota uses agricultural waste to produce the Pozzolana, while our plant in Jos, Bokos in particular, uses a natural material called scoria. Scoria, a simple example of a scoria is this stone we use in cleaning our legs. Can you still remember? A light stone that you can use to clean your leg is light. It is called scoria. That is the name. You grind them, you add certain chemical into it, and you can use it as cement. But you cannot use it as 100% cement. You use it as a supplement in cement. Where you are expected to use 100 bags of cement, you end up using 70 bags of cement and 30 bags of that scoria. You end up mixing them, you get the same strength at the end. If you take a visit to cement producing industry, one prominent factor you can catch up your mind is the emission of green gases that goes up. These green gases that goes up is level of pollution in the society. Anything that will help us to shift from dependency of cement will help us in 3 different areas. 1, it will reduce the level of pollution that goes up as a result of production of cement. These cement industries are pollution agents. They continue to pollute and create problem in our ozone layer, ensuring that if you visit any cement industry, you will see the gas that goes up due to production of cement. 1 gram of cement, there are a lot of quantity of CO2 that is let up in the air. So anything that will help us to reduce the use of cement, reduce the quantity of cement, number 1, you are making the environment friendly, you are reducing the level of pollution in the society. So what NIBRI does is, where you are expected to use 100%, you might end up using 70%. So so that the other 30% you can use the pozzolana to meet up with it, and the pozzolana has been promising. I'm happy to inform us that our plants have produced the pozzolana. We have tested the pozzolana, the result is encouraging. The next step is we want to construct our infrastructure using the pozzolana. We believe after the study is successful, I'm going to invite Center for Peace and Transparency and Accountability to come and see the structure we have constructed using the pozzolana, so that you will help us to take the information. But I want to assure you that it will be successful because the result is promising. The pozzolana is there. The test result from the pozzolana is promising. We want to take the next step of constructing an infrastructure. We want to construct, let's say, 2-bedroom flat using the pozzolana, so that people will see this is the plant, this is the raw materials, this is the product, and this is the infrastructure, so that people will know that it is not a mirage, it's something that is true. We have looked at our existing bridges. One area is to ensure that a structure is stable. One area is to ensure that a structure is safe. One area is to ensure that a structure is durable. NIBRI has looked at that. There was a time there was a public outcry with respect to stability of a bridge in Tambarawa. We went on to make a research. What is making the bridge not to be stable? We conducted an elaborate study, and we discovered that the entire structure is safe. But what is happening is that quarry activities is going on under. Tippers are coming to pack all the sands under the bridge. Tippers are coming, exposing the pile cap, exposing the entire thing. Then we discover that we check each element of the bridge. We discover that all the bridges elements are safe. But activities of human beings under the bridge. People go to pack sand and sell. These tippers, they go around. In the process, they expose all the bridge elements, making it danger, exposing it, making it not stable. So NIBRI came up with a strong recommendation. We forwarded the recommendation to the Minister of Works. In line with that, he took it to the Emir of Kano, and quarry activities were stopped, and it was reclaimed. The bridge became stable. NIBRI has done a lot of study on bridge. I don't want to create fears to you, but I want to tell you that some of our bridges are really in a dangerous mode. We need to carry out maintenance very, very soon. If not, it will be an issue. But very soon, we are going to make presentation. A lecture will be prepared and presented with respect to condition of our bridges in Nigeria that relates so and so route, so that it creates awareness, not to create fear, but to create awareness in terms of stability of our bridges. NIBRI has been doing that in that aspect. NIBRI is not for experiment alone. We go into fabrication. We've done a lot of fabrication of machines. There is one machine we have fabricated that is doing well. It's the issue of machines that can cut asphalt, and it can compact it, and it can patch it at the same time. Most machine that will cut is different. You see machine coming to put asphalt different. Machine that is coming to compact different. So what NIBRI does is to create and fabricate one machine that can do the cutting, that can place the asphalt and compact it. And presently the machine is almost ready, and very soon it will be commissioned for use. NIBRI has done quite a lot in area of collaborative research. People that have followed Abuja-Lokoja Road these days, you discover that what is happening in our roads is that as we are going, the road seems to be a bit okay.
And accountability, I want to humbly present this certificate of performance. Sir, one thing about certificate of performance is that it's the yoke on your neck. From now going forward, we are going to keep tap on you. We are going to be tracking your activities more. If hitherto before now you were in the dark, just know that the light is beaming on you. Every inch of the way, the Center for Peace, in collaboration with the civil society groups for good governance, and my president is here. The president of the National Youth Council of Nigeria is here. In fact, what you have said, sir, what you have delivered is based on his vision for the youth of Nigeria. It speaks consistently about productivity, about delivering on the dividends of democracy. So I saw him nodding his head continually, and a new vista has been opened up for us. This is a new frontier. We are setting a new frontier in doing business in Nigeria. Once again, on behalf of the Center for Peace, Transparency and Accountability, I present to you Professor Engineer Donald Sampson, DG Nigerian Building and Road Research Institute, on the occasion of the Civil Society Roundtable discussion with NIBRI on its achievement and milestone attained.